Back at E3 just a few months ago, after Microsoft revealed that the Xbox One was backwards compatible with the Xbox 360, Sony came out pretty strongly saying that they weren't interested in backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 4. Sony's Jim Ryan stated that there wasn't enough software engineers in the world for everyone to do everything. And in fact, he took a little dig at Microsoft by saying that the PS4 was forward-thinking and that they were putting resources and emphasis on the future, not in the past. And for the most part, it appeared that a lot of Sony fans were okay with that response. I heard a lot of people suggesting that people don't care about playing older games. I heard a lot of people say that in my own comment section. But that was at E3, and this is this week. Sony has revealed that the PlayStation 4 is going to have the capability to play PlayStation 2 games. And all of a sudden, there's a big excitement about playing older games. Now, there was a bundle that came out with some older Star Wars games already, so those games are already out there. The software, the emulator, is already on the system, and some sites have already taken it through the ringer, and the results so far are pretty good. You got better resolution and better frame rates on a lot of those games, and they are being played through an emulator, through software on the PlayStation 4. So just like how Xbox One is running an emulator for the 360, PS4 is running an emulator for the PlayStation 2. So everybody knew that these games were coming, and it wasn't a secret that they were put out there, even though they're older games. But Sony still hasn't said a whole lot about how it works or what the long-term plans are. But I do assume that you'll probably be hearing a lot more about it at the PlayStation event in December. We have known, though, for over a year that PlayStation was working on bringing PS1 and PS2 games to the PS4. The question was, were they going to be streamed on PlayStation Now, or were they going to be running on software like they're doing in this case? So it is good that Sony did decide to go down the road of running an emulator, which is better for everybody in every single way. But questions still remain. Primarily, is this truly backwards compatibility? Are you going to be able to take your PS2 games and throw them in your PS4 and it work like you can with discs on the 360? Or are you going to have to rebuy these games that you've already maybe purchased in the past? And this is just what we don't know. Sony has stated repeatedly that PS3 games are not going to be backwards compatible with the PlayStation 4, and they have pointed to PlayStation Now as a way to enjoy those games if that's what you're wanting to do. So while it's good that Sony is working on new features for the console, it's hard to know exactly just how good this is yet until we find out from Sony whether this is truly backwards compatibility or whether this is just a new way to rebuy old games. So are you excited about playing PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games on your system, or would you have rather played PS3 games on the PS4? That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.